Welcome to Energy Talks, a regular podcast series on power system testing topics. Hello, everyone. My name is Scott Williams, and also joining me from the Omicron podcast team is Iris Fisher, and we will be your hosts. Hi, Iris.
Hi, Scott.
This is a different type of episode. Iris and I are both in Klaus, Austria at the Omicron headquarter campus, and we would like to take you on a tour of the new Omicron Customer Care Facility, which opened its doors in 2020. Are you ready, Iris?
Yes, let's go, Scott.
Hello, everyone. Iris and I are now standing in front of the Omicron Customer Care Facility on the edge of the ever-expanding Omicron campus in Klaus, Austria. It's a beautiful day today, and we're surrounded by snow-capped mountains on one side in Switzerland and behind us in Liechtenstein, and on the other side, Austria. It's a wonderful landscape here. The customer care, also known as OCC facility, my gosh, is a really beautiful modern 3-story metal, glass, and cement building. We're standing in front of a flight of cement steps leading up to the entrance. Iris, I wonder how many steps there are.
Yes, let's count it.
Okay.
Let's go. So, Scott, how many steps did you count?
21, and it was a very nice climb to the building.
So we're entering the building now. We are here standing in this reception area, which overlooks the technical training and demonstration area one floor below us. And yeah, it's huge and looks really, really wonderful.
It's amazing how much space there is here.
Yeah. There are multiple stations with electrical assets and various testing setups. And yeah, overall, the Omicron Customer Care Facility is very modern, open and filled with lots of natural light from the large windows and skylights and accents of color, red, blue and yellow.
The Omicron colors.
The Omicron colors, yes. On a lighted sign in the reception area, so we can see here, are the words, "Our energy moves," which is the Omicron slogan.
Joining us here in the reception area of Omicron's Customer Care Facility is Friedrich Almer from Omicron here in Klaus, Austria. Hello, Friedrich. Welcome to Energy Talks.
Hello, Scott. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for meeting us to go on this tour. Friedrich, please tell us how you were involved with the Omicron Customer Care Facility.
I was part of the project group who planned and set up the showroom at the Omicron Customer Care Center.
Okay, thank you. Friedrich, what is the general concept that has led to the creation of Omicron's Customer Care Facility?
The general concept for the Omicron Customer Care Center was an environment directly linked to our customer interactions. That is also not only included within the name of the building, or Omicron Customer Care Center, of course, but also in the teams who are located here. For instance, we have our marketing, sales, customer sales support colleagues for the Central European market here, as well as our technical support and primary application engineers are also here.
Okay, Friedrich, when and how was this concept realized for the OCC?
The concept was realized between the end of 2020 during the COVID crisis and it was finished in the end of 2022.
Okay. Why would you say this is an important milestone in customer care at Omicron?
During the COVID crisis, we didn't have the possibility to reach out to our customers as much as we want to, or our customers were used to. All of us needed to adapt to this situation. Therefore, this new building, the growing testing environment, and the video conference system enabled a good opportunity to maintain the contact with existing customers and get in contact with new ones. Also gave us and still gives us the opportunity to experiment and learn a lot about the virtual or online customer outreach. So we can improve and intensify a sustainable customer interaction in the future.
Very interesting. How large is the Omicron Customer Care Facility, and how is it used on a daily basis?
The whole Omicron Customer Care Facility, I don't know exactly how large it is. I just know the showroom is approximately 750 square meters.
Mm-hmm. So when you refer to the showroom, you're talking about the area used for technical training and demonstrations?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is about 750 square meters, approximately, I guess. Yeah, we use the OCC, of course, for training webinars, product demonstrations, workshops, company tours, marketing videos, pictures, events, so almost everything you can imagine. But also for personal or product developments, of course, or for recreating challenges customer had on site.
Interesting. In the COVID time, not very many customers could travel. And so this was a great opportunity, I would imagine, for people to still do testing on real equipment and to be able to solve their problems even remotely.
Yes, everything, of course, we have here is not only on-site, but also hybrid accessible or online accessible.
When you say hybrid accessible or online accessible, what do you mean?
For instance, if you have a customer workshop for a company or a group, so one part of the group can come to Klaus and have their on-site experience and make their tests on their own. And the other group who might not be able to travel or say, hey, I don't have the time to go to Klaus, but there are some interesting parts of this workshop I want to attend, they can just turn in remotely.
Now, you mentioned before in the beginning, and also I recently read in an Omicron magazine article about the Omicron Customer Care Facility, that you refer to it as a playground for electrical power industry engineers. Could you please explain what you meant by that?
Yes, this is just the impression and feedback we're getting from our customers and colleagues visiting this place for the first time. It seems like being a kid, seeing all the different possibilities on a normal playground, for instance, and you want to try out everything and all the different attractions it has to offer. And this is just amazing to see the enthusiasm and empowerment within the customers and colleagues being here.
Mm-hmm. So Friedrich, how do you ensure that training at the OCC here provides hands-on experience without the engineers and customers having to be here or even shut down their own systems for training?
Of course, we have our on-site trainings here in Klaus and our asset landscape where the customers can rely to from the daily work. Without traveling, you speak more about the online environment and the combination of these assets with a thought-out VC system. With this combination, we can provide the customer also a really nice online experience.
And how does this look, this online setup?
For us, it looks like a small portable VC studio. Mm-hmm. We can just move around between all the different assets and make a really easy setup with 2 cameras. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we have the assets. We can make the demonstration. We can zoom in really, really far. We can pre-define some camera positions and lock the camera into it. So it's really easy also to use for us because with one click, you can just show the customer what you want to show him.
So very modern and, yeah, nice. So Friedrich, how does the OCC benefit Omicron customers in the area of technical support?
Regarding technical support, it starts, of course, with the training and the development of our colleagues working here. With the assets, they will get more familiar with the applications and therefore gain a deeper understanding for customer challenges and problems. In their daily work, if the customers have questions or are not sure about results, we have a better infrastructure to recreate measurements, to find more effective solutions. And with the video conference system, they can also show the customers what they need to do differently.
How do you see the need for the OCC growing in the future?
Now that people are more and more able to travel again, and we already see that many customers use the opportunity to visit Klaus for workshops, trainings, factory acceptance tests, etc. But we also realized during the last years that there was and is still ongoing a mental change regarding the online environment. I personally do believe that there will be an increasing demand also for online and hybrid sessions within the future. Yeah. So with our hybrid training rooms and hybrid setups here in Klaus, we should be set for a future where some customers have a hands-on training on-site here in Klaus, and while others can get in sessions they find interesting from their workplace or from their home.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Friedrich.
You're welcome.
Now we would like to introduce you to another Omicron colleague who can tell us more about the technical training and demonstration area we were looking down into from the reception area. His name is Bernhard Ensler. Hello, Bernhard. Welcome to Energy Talks.
Hello, Scott and Iris. It's nice to be here.
Bernhard, please tell us how you are involved with the Omicron Customer Care Facility.
I'm an application engineer for primary testing, and therefore part of my job is also to provide customer trainings in presence as well as virtual, and also doing virtual demos, which we do quite frequently, where we use our showroom and VC equipment to show customers all around the world what our devices can do and make use of the assets that we have to do the practical measurements and show them close up what we can do.
So, Bernhard, could you please show and describe us each of the OCC demo areas we have here, and what types of electrical equipment are in use, which tests could and are performed on there, and what Omicron solutions are used?
On the most left side, as we look down, there is the rotating machines area. We have two stator cores there, one with 6 kV and one with 12 kV rated voltage. And the typical tests we do there is partial discharge measurement, tangent delta measurement with the CPC 100 and CPTD12. The partial discharge measurement is done with the MPD 800. And usually on the bigger stator core, we also do the electromagnetic imperfection test with the upgrade package for the CPC 100, where a coil is mounted on a rail and then slid across the stator core to detect imperfections on the magnetic core. Then moving to the right, we have a power transformer.
A big one, and I saw it's very colorful.
It's colorful, it's freshly painted, and there we have a variety of test sets and tests we can do. It's probably one of the most versatile assets. In that regard, we have a Testrano 600 there, which is the dedicated transformer test set, but we can also use the CPC 100 as the multifunctional primary test set. Then SFRA can be done with the Franeo, dielectric response analysis with the Dirana. We even have an artificial PD source built into the transformer, so we can use that to show and demonstrate the PDL 650, which is used for acoustic localization of partial discharge, which is quite nice. And we also have condenser bushings mounted on the transformer, so we can do tan delta tests on bushings as well. So it's quite complete in terms of transformer testing. Combined with the PDL 650 for acoustic localization, we can also use the MPD 800.
A lot of Omicron solutions and different types of equipment.
And that's also a bit of an eye-catcher, of course. It's the biggest asset we have, and also my personal favorite, because, I'm biased. I'm doing a lot of transformer tests and trainings, so that's probably also one of my favorites.
From where is it originally, this power transformer? Like, it was outside, right? And
originally, it is from a local utility. We acquired it like 20 years ago, and it was placed outside or outdoors. And now having it indoor, it's of course much nicer to be, or not to be weather dependent, and to have a safe place for training and playing with the devices without depending on weather or snowfall, even in winter.
All right. And then the next station?
The next area to the right is the instrument transformer area. There we have different types of instrument transformer. One is a combined current and voltage transformer. We have just pure voltage transformers and current transformers, inductive ones, and also capacitive voltage divider VTs. So we have quite a complete range of instrument transformers where we can test with the CPC 100 for the more traditional tests with primary injection, but also the CT analyzer and Votano 100 for the model-based test approach, and that's the instrument transformer area. We then have the cable area. So we have a medium voltage cable, 20 kV, XLP insulation, and there we typically do partial discharge measurements. It's lends itself for localization, single and dual end localization with the MPD 800. And as a voltage source, we have the CPC 100 together with the medium voltage resonant test system to generate and apply the voltage to the cable while measuring PD with the MPD 800. Then we also have some medium voltage switch gears, several of them, 12 kV, 24 kV, GIS. We also have an air insulated switch gear. A series of tests can be done there. They have, of course, voltage transformers, current transformers, so the whole range of instrument transformer testing can be done there. Circuit breakers, of course, circuit breaker testing with the Sibano 500. And there are also protection relays built into that, so we also can do protection testing there. So whatever you can imagine doing on a switchgear can be done there. We also have a recloser area, so the reclosers are actually not installed, but the recloser control is there, and typically the application is to test them with the Arco 400. There's 3 cabinets there which can be tested. And last but not least, we have the transmission protection area. There's a couple of quite new toys there with traveling wave protection, the classical distance protection relays, and there's also a station guard installed for intrusion detection and cyber security topics.
So really a big playground for electrical engineers.
It is a nice playground for us engineers and also for customers, because it provides kind of a safe environment where they can try out things without the pressure of time constraints they have usually on site. And so it's a win-win situation for us at Omicron, for the engineers, as well as for the customers who can see stuff live and in a nice environment.
So Bernhard, what is the advantage of using real equipment here rather than simulators?
Simulators are nice in some regards to just get familiar with software, but when it comes to actually connecting the test leads, it is always better to see that on a real asset, because on a simulator you cannot show the actual conditions, where are the terminals you have to connect to, where are the terminal blocks, how you read schematics. This can only be trained on a real asset, and it's kind of bringing the customer one step closer to the real conditions on site.
Bernhard, how does the Omicron Customer Care Facility give virtual visitors a front row seat experience?
We have quite a sophisticated VC system. So we have actually, or currently we have 2 systems which can be used independently, so we can also do parallel sessions. But basically we have a 2-camera system. One is typically used to show the presenter or trainer, and we can position or rotate these cameras. We can zoom in on certain areas and show the participants all types of angles to show the device, the screen, or just connections to an asset. And we also have a second camera, which is called internally the detail camera, which has even a better zoom level. And we can really get in close to, let's say, the connection terminals. So every participant has basically a front row seat and sees how these things are connected, which is in turn for in-person training often quite difficult. If you have a lot of participants, not everyone can see exactly what you're doing, but with the VC system this is quite nice, and we make a lot of use of it, and we can control all the camera settings with a touch panel. So we can save certain camera positions and we can switch between them with a press of a button.
That's interesting. So in addition to that, what are you really able to show in virtual trainings and demonstrations? What are visitors or participants able to experience?
Well, they can experience basically the whole testing procedure, starting from connecting the device and the asset. Then, of course, we can share our screen if we use a software and explain them what we are doing, how we set up a test, perform it, and finally show the results. And in that sense, it's almost like an on-site or in-person demonstration.
Okay. Bernhard, in your opinion, why is such a facility important to visitors involved in the power industry?
The nice thing is that we have a really broad range of assets and devices, and it often happened already that someone is coming to see a particular device, but they see, oh, there are instrument transformers or there is a switchgear. Can I have a look at that? And by the way, I have this device, I have a question. Can you explain how I could do that? And as the assets and the devices are already there, you can quickly do or demonstrate how it's done or explain something. So this is probably one of the nicest aspects of having such a showroom with everything prepared already.
Definitely impressive. I have one side question. In the field, when you're doing electrical tests, safety is a very big consideration. And I notice here in the training and demonstration area, there are different safety devices to indicate when a test is being run. Could you describe that a bit?
What we have installed in almost all of the areas is the SAA2 equipment. That's basically a status lamp which shows red and green according to the status of the device. And it also has a buzzer which sounds when a test is performed or a voltage is injected or a current. And that we use to indicate if it is safe to approach a test area or not. Besides, of course, that visitors are always accompanied by staff of Omicron.
Okay, so making sure that both live and virtual trainings and demonstrations are planned, scheduled, and executed takes a far amount of organization. So joining us to tell us more about this aspect is Omicron colleague Julia Schneider. Hello, Julia. Welcome to Energy Talks.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Julia, please tell us how you are involved with the Omicron Customer Care Facility.
When there is a request from a customer directly or an ASM, I will take over the organization part. That means booking the asset and the area which the included asset is stayed, or book some meeting rooms, and also take care that technicians have time at that appointment.
So, Julia, how many trainings and demos have taken place in the OCC here since it opened in October 2020?
So, to be honest, I have no exact numbers because there are several departments involved, but I would say there were some about 100 since 2020. And in the high season, there are, I would say, 1 or 2 per week. And yeah.
And also from all parts of the world, right? Like internationally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very international, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, how are you working with the Omicron Academy to include the use of the OCC equipment in their virtual trainings?
So most academy trainings held in Klaus are live, but there are some demonstrations or webinars held in Klaus which are virtual. And with the video system in the asset or the next to the assets, it's a perfect way to zoom to the individual points which for customers is important or needs to be more specific explanation or something like that. So it's really a nice way to explain the asset or the measurements for an easy way.
Mm-hmm. And they can see it really with a close-up what is going on. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Julia, how can someone book or schedule either a live or virtual demo at the Omicron Customer Care Facility?
So, as I said before, the most courses or trainings from the Academy are held here in Klaus are live. So if you want to book a training and the topic fits you, you can find all the dates on our homepage, on our website. But, however, if you need a specific training, a demonstration, or customized topics, The easiest way to book the OCC showroom is to get in contact with your Omicron contact person. But if you don't have any contact person with Omicron, just use the various way of contact, like the homepage contact form, or just call us or write an email to us.
Very good. What has been some of the feedback or reactions so far to the Omicron Customer Care Facility?
I think most of the time the first reaction is, wow, what a great hall, can we make a picture? And they really like to make the measurements and the trainings indoor, specific when the weather outside is not that good. So they enjoy the measurements indoor. And also some customers prefer to do their trainings online, because then customers or companies have the possibility to include more participants, and they save time and cost because of the traveling.
Before we conclude this tour, Scott and I have a final question for Friedrich, Bernhard and Julia. So Friedrich, what does the Omicron Customer Care Facility mean to you?
For me, the Omicron Customer Care Center with the showroom and the virtual environment or online environment means that we have a sustainable possibility, and also the future we will have a sustainable solution for our customer interaction.
What about you, Julia?
For me, it's very cool to see the customer coming here to learn a lot of things and enjoy the assets indoor, in-house, and they enjoy the trainings and demonstrations, and maybe they will come again in the future.
All right. And last but not least, Bernhard, what is your final statement for the OCC?
Well, it's a cool playground for us engineers and for our customers, and a nice environment to learn things and try out things as well. And as Friedrich said, we're kind of future-proof for virtual demonstrations and trainings, which also in some cases lessens the need for traveling.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And a big thank you for listening to this episode of Energy Talks. We always welcome your questions and feedback. Simply send us an email to podcast@OMICRONenergy.com.
Omicron has several years of experience in power system testing and offers you the matching solution for your application. For more information, please be sure to visit our website at OMICRONenergy.com. Please join us and listen to the next episode of Energy Talks.
Goodbye for now, everyone.